Hello, my little weirdos. Well, we just got back from a little daytime Halloween shindig from an organization I'm a client of. But we just wanted to tell you of a new little bit of a chant that Mr. Bill and I wrote. You ready, Mr. Bill? He's ready. Now, if you like it, let us know, okay? Okay. New Jersey isn't licking boots. No Trump, no ICE, no invading troops. New Jersey isn't licking boots. The people rule, not the suits. Yep. New Jersey isn't licking boots. Stop your disrespecting the troops. New Jersey isn't licking boots. No Trump, no ICE, no invading troops. New Jersey isn't licking boots. The people rule, not the suits. Yep. And that is a fact. Jersey is going to stay true blue. Make sure you get out and vote, and make sure you vote blue. Because if you're in Jersey and you vote for the Republican, you know what he's going to do? He's going to outlaw abortions for any reason, and at the same time make it law that rapists, if they get their victims pregnant by the rape, that the rapist has parental rights, full parental rights. You don't like that and you're a Republican? I guess you're going to be voting Democrat, because I can guarantee you, I guarantee you, he is running on that. He's also a liar. He said the New Jersey firefighters endorsed him, and the New Jersey firefighters had to get a group ad to say, no, we don't fucking endorse him. He's lying. Jack, who never served a day of military service, doxed Mikey Sherrill's military records and is making accusations about things that he never even was able to get into. And he also doxed her family's information. If he doxed his opponent, if he gets in, don't you think he's going to dox all of us? He's going to fucking do whatever he wants to us that Donald Trump tells him to do. So there goes Sanctuary City. If you're a Republican and you live in New Jersey, either don't vote or don't vote Republican, because that is what you're voting for. And if you have children or nieces, daughters or nieces, he's going to make it easier for them to get raped and easier for them to be forced to carry a rapist's baby and to raise it, and to let that rapist into your life as the father. So if you're a Republican and a woman, I don't know how you could, in clear conscience, vote any other way but Democrat. If you're a Christian and you mean you are, prove it. Vote for the Democrat. Because the Republican, he's going to take everything. Everything. And eventually you will be affected too. Even if you don't use programs, SNAP, housing vouchers, any of that, even if you don't, someone you care about does. And if you vote for Jack Ciattarelli, you're voting against your own loved ones, just like you voted against them when you voted for Donald. So if you're a Republican and you voted for Donald and you're planning on voting for Jack, whatever family you still have in touch with you, probably say goodbye to them now if you're not going to vote Democratic, because they will hate you. They didn't hate you for what you elected for this country, and now you're doing the same thing. If you do the same thing here in Jersey, that is the end of any of your Democratic friends and family. I can guarantee you that. Because he is a mini Trump. And he is making no bones about it. He wants rapists to be able to raise any child that they create while they force a woman to have sex with them. Exactly. And let me give you another little. I just told the two fellows on the way home about this. We were talking about politics and such. And I was hiding my face for a reason. If any of you haven't thought of it, you know anybody who's been raped? Maybe raped and wound up pregnant, kept the child, or gave it up for adoption, or aborted it. But do you know somebody? Because if you don't, you probably don't realize this. His first term, 23% of just the women in the United States of America have had some form of sexual assault. 23% of American women. That's not even counting the men that are assaulted. The first term, when he started doing shit, yelling about shit that would trigger us, he had guardrails. He had people to shut him up when they saw that the public was not super happy with what he was saying. But this time, every person that has been sexually assaulted, any age, I was 21, still relatively young, but I wasn't a minor. Every single day of that nasty motherfucker's term, you have 23% of American women living with 24-hour, 7-day-a-week PTSD. Every time we have to hear his stupid fucking voice. Every time we have to see his fucking orange, bloated little bastard fucking rapist face. Every time we have to listen to him, if you think it's hard for you to listen to that fuck anymore, how do you think sexual assault survivors have been feeling? 24/7. Not only do we have a rapist exalted in our face, but we're ordered to respect him. I respect him so little, I wouldn't even gift him a pile of my own shit. Because he doesn't deserve it. So every time he opens his little motherfucking mouth, his lying, narcissistic, knuckle-dragging, hunchback, cranium-thinking, misogynistic, racist, bigoted fucking trap of a hole, We are triggered fucking again that a rapist, a repeated rapist, has every fucking whim he wants and has. He's respected by some, but even those that don't respect him give him the respect of the office, and he doesn't fucking deserve that. A rapist alone doesn't deserve that, but a rapist and a pedophile absolutely does not deserve that. He's Raspy's because I'm upset. I'm okay, Raspy. I know. He's up here because I'm upset, and when I'm upset, he comes to. And for some reason, it was easier with this big hat to do it. And I'm sure it's a bit of a hiding mechanism, even though I'm telling you everything. Because that's what it does to your fucking head. I don't even know why I put this hat on. Maybe you understand a little of why I've got such an intense passion to take every one of these motherfuckers down. Every single one of them that is complicit and aiding and abetting him must be fucking torn down, torn asunder. It needs to be toppled. They all need to be toppled. So next time there's a woman that's maybe a little short or frustrated, just give a little benefit of the doubt. If she's not typically a Karen, then she's probably just triggered. It happened to me. I was in the store and I heard his fucking voice come on, and I was like on one of the TVs or whatever the fuck, wherever it was, and I didn't expect to have to hear his fucking voice there. And it was a few weeks back. My heart jumped like, oh God. And just living through that every day and coping with that every day, and then all the other shit on top of that he and they are doing. Maybe you might understand a little bit of my vitriol for him and for everybody that protects those pedophiles. Every fucking person voting to just forget about the Epstein files is evil. They are protecting pedophiles, rapists, traffickers. They scream, oh, the children. And the ones that are screaming, oh, the children, are allowing and bolstering the people that are doing that to the children. You don't get to try to get your way in a bill by screaming, oh, the children, when you're allowing pedophiles and rapists and traffickers to escape consequences. And you know you're doing it. I don't think any of you are getting into heaven. Not one of you Republicans in Congress are getting into heaven. None of you that are supporting him all these years, you're not getting into heaven. So you might as well try to get as much power as you can now, because you're going to get nothing later. You'd be lucky if the world and the way the afterlife and such works is what I feel, what I believe. If that's, you'll be lucky to get that. Get another shot at life on earth, but I don't know how you're going to handle it if you think after you die you either go to heaven or hell, because got a word for you, all y'all people in his cabinet, and all you people that are married to those in his cabinet, staying with him. I'm not saying divorce isn't great, but I don't know how, if you're not just as evil, how you stay married to people like that. We can just only go by deduction that you also feel that way. And I don't understand how women, especially, and people of color, still support him and believe him. Ladies, Republican ladies, Republican women, not many of you are ladies. Or you're part lady, part plastic. So, lady cyborgs, I guess. How do you support a convicted sexual predator? We won't even use the word rapist. Sexual predator. Ladies, explain to me why you're all in for a sexual predator of women. I really want to know. Why do you support and protect somebody who's a rapist of children? What about all the children? What about the children? You're actively harming children yourself. Every damn day you allow these pedophiles to go unnamed in public. You are directly responsible for every child that those pedophiles unnamed are still preying on and damaging and hurting and trafficking. You are an active participant because you're allowing it to continue, which means you are also guilty of that crime/sin. So, I don't want to hear any fucking Republican ever again use "but the children" to get your way, because you refuse to put sensible firearm laws into place, no matter how many times Democrats have begged you to. So basically you're approving killing children for many decades by now, and you still allow it. It's not the guns, it's the gun owners, but we don't want to do anything to keep more rules on the gun owners. So you're allowing children to be murdered, children to be raped, children to be trafficked, women to be raped, women to be trafficked. You are actively participating in allowing that every day that you stand behind the rapist, criminal, felon, pedophile, Donald John Trump. Even his granddaughter, John Jr.'s daughter, Kai, has a fashion brand. She doesn't even have a fucking reputation. It's third generation nepotism. How you think that they're even suitable a second time for a first family? You get thee to a therapist, because anybody who voted for that really has serious, deep mental issues or comprehension issues, or you just don't know how to critically think and say, well, he's a rapist, so he's not going to go hard on rapists. It's not that difficult. So if you voted for Trump, I guess you don't care if your daughters or your nieces or your granddaughters or your grandsons get raped and trafficked, huh? Is that what you're telling me? That's okay with you? Because, my cult leader does it. My cult leader did it, so he said it's okay. He said they took care of it, so I'll believe that. Remember that health plan in his first term 10 years ago that he said we'll have in 2 weeks? Didn't they say that a month ago? Well, we'll have the plan all written out in 2 weeks. It's 4 weeks. Why aren't they showing a healthcare plan? Because they have none. They plan on replacing it with nothing. Zip. Zero. And then they say, the Democrats don't want to. No, we're not. They're not going to sign the CR, because you're going to say, oh, just sign. What they're saying is sign it, and we'll fill in the rest of the plan when it's finished. No, you don't sign a contract until it's full and complete. If what the contract says has not been done yet, it will be done. You don't sign that contract until it's done, until whatever was stated is actually done. We've smartened up a bit. The Democrats have actually figured out that we can't treat the Republicans in power right now with any kind of assumptions of civility, because they have none. Anybody with a contract knows you don't sign it. You don't insist on somebody signing a contract when you haven't finished putting in what you're going to be responsible, just what they don't get. But you haven't specified anything to replace that program. Why would they sign that? Then you can just say, oh, you signed it, now we're not going to replace it, or we'll 2 week you to death. That is why Democrats aren't signing. They say they have. He keeps saying, we've shown them there's at least 2 good ones. They're 2 good ones, but they're not finished. They're partial. You want them to sign and vote yes on the assumption that you're going to do the correct thing and do what you said you were going to do, when for 10 years you haven't done one fucking thing you've promised to do. And the Democrats in Congress are the ones that are being unreasonable. You're the one being unreasonable to even propose that to somebody when your track record is LIE for everything in the last 10 years. So, yeah, we've waited 10 years for that health plan. Where the fuck is it? You see it anywhere, Mr. Bill? He doesn't see it either. Vote blue.